Hello and welcome to episode 107 of our Midlands map. We are currently sat just across the track from Kingsbury, staring at our massive oil refinery thing going on there. Whether we'll see any trains, I don't know. It's very peaceful out here. Now, before we get going, there was a small announcement, wasn't there? Yes, and I am grinning, if you can tell. I'm sure you can. But I sneakily added a little date at the beginning of this video. It was very subtle, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. But yes, 11th of December this year, we finally get to play Transport Fever 2, and I am so excited. Which everybody knows, including me, because I say it in almost every episode since it's been announced. But we have a date now. We have a countdown, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll be surprised if there's a train turn up. It's quite peaceful out here. Now, there is a cross-country service that we do have running on the main line, and we do have an oil train that heads into Birmingham. And that cross-country service leads us on to another new awesome train that appeared on the workshop. I say another, we're going to see the Class 225 hopefully soon, and we'll put that on our map somewhere. But there's also the 220 Voyager that Kilocans has done. So we've got CW315's 225 that's about to appear, and 220 Voyager that will appear later on. It's in cross country and Virgin. Hopefully we'll get to see those. It leaves us 10 episodes including this one until the launch. I hear a train. Until the launch of Transport Fever 2, which we will be diving into for eternity. Oh, okay, probably not that long, but we will be playing it a lot. And that'll be the cross country service chugging along in Class 101 flavour. There we go. Brilliant. So that's the beginning. Now, I've got something different planned for today as we see that trundle off towards Birmingham. And that is, we're going to play the game for one good reason. And that is Wolverhampton is a little bit quiet. It's been mentioned a few times in the comments now. Not just Wolverhampton, there's a few others, but I thought we'd use Wolverhampton as a good test case to utilise the mechanics of the game, as it were, and get a bit of action going at the station, because every time we sit there, it's this quiet. Which isn't realistic, is it? At all. So we're going to zoom out. That's where we are. Kingsbury's just there. We'll bring up the UI. Have I timed it about right? Almost. As soon as it ticks over to 1988, we'll get the Class 225. Where we're going to put it, that's a point of some contention, isn't it? Class 91 on the West Coast main line has never really been a thing, but it is going to be a thing, or it's proposed. And I'm not talking about the Blackpool one. The Blackpool service is going to be a Class 90. Virgin Trains West Coast do plan to run a service along here, which will be a Class 91. So perhaps we'll obviously not replace the London North Western trains train, but we could replace one of these express trains or add one, because all we've got on here is the Manchester Piccadilly service and the proposed service to Liverpool Lime Street. Not sure if it's going to go ahead or not. I did read an article on it, but it's dated June or July of this year. I'm not sure how far it's progressed. But it will be heading to Liverpool Lime Street and doing pretty much the same as the Piccadilly service does, except it branches off to Liverpool. So yes, and that will be a Class 91. So there we go. We have an excuse. I may have made these a bit long. I don't know. What do you reckon? Should we make them a bit smaller? I mean, they kind of work. It's certainly a train, isn't it? It's a train of EMUs. But yes, over to Wolverhampton. No, not over to Wolverhampton. Oh, we got a Class 321 as well. We got all the things. We got a British Airways. That has to go in. Oh, well. I promise we're going to get round to the mechanics of the game today and fill out Wolverhampton a little bit. But that's a lot of trains. I don't know what to do with the 321s. I'm half tempted to electrify the Cross City line. And let's go and have a look at a depot. Where is our closest depot from here? There's got to be one somewhere, right? I think Rugby would be a good spot. There we go. There's a depot here. This is not the one we're going to use. Otherwise, we've got to faff around trying to get them out. Buy trains. let's see, multiple units. Let's scroll down here a second. So we've got the classic First Capital Connect, which would have been excellent for my East Coast mainline map that we did previously. But we also have this unbranded, which we could maybe brand in orange and use on the Cross City line and electrify that. Since we are approaching a 1990 quite rapidly, that might work. But this is what we want to see today. I do want to see these actually, but I just, like I said, didn't have anything planned for the 321, bless it. What about a 225? Should we create a service for it? Now we do have, it's fairly sparse on there as far as express services go, and we will need a lot of station length. Wolverhampton is a little short, but Bletchley, which would represent the portal to London Euston, might just work for us. What is this one? This is a Caledonian Sleeper. That's always going to be top and tailed. Well, eventually by electric units, but for now we're going to have diesels on that. I don't mind that. We might... Ooh, we need to update that. We're going to do that. We're going to get rid of the Mark 1s because we've got the Scottish... We should do something with that poor thing as well. Goodness me, it's going to be busy. Pick one, Gran, pick one. What I want to do is look down here, bring up the line manager, only what we can see and only trains. I want not the Birmingham New Street, it's the Manchester Express, because we're going to do a Liverpool Express, and it's going to be the 225. And it's pretty much going to be this, isn't it? It might stop at Tamworth, though. I don't know how big Tamworth is. So let's... actually, we want to get this up. Let's bring up this. It's going to be another red for Virgin, and it's going to be a proposed, doesn't exist yet, but we're going to put it in anyway, so we've got a sort of valid excuse to have a Class 91 on the route to Liverpool, Lime Street. There we go. There's a start. We're going to start at Bletchley. It's probably going to mirror the Manchester Express, although it is a stopping service. I just don't know where it stopped, and I'm a little concerned about the length of some of the platforms, as you'll see shortly. The 225 is absolutely monstrous, but if we could have a semi-express service, that might work for us. Do you know, we could go for it, couldn't we? Let's put it to Milton Keynes. Let's have it as a semi-express. It's going to skip this place. We'll have to sort out the waypoints shortly. Then we're going to head up to Rugby, and we'll stop at Rugby. I would like to see that. Is Rugby long enough? I don't think it is it? It might have its back end all over the shop. This platform might be. Hang on, let's turn off this and take a look. How long are you? You are... Scrolly down. 240. No, you are good enough. Brilliant. You'll see why I'm worried about this very soon. And for those that are already using it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, then we're going to be... well, we don't need this one open anymore. Then, because you're shooting off that way, I don't know where you're going. Where are you going? You're going all the way... I don't know what you're doing there. What are you doing? It kind of it vanishes when you get to that point and it forgets what it's doing. That's weird. I like it. Right, I think we stop. Do we stop here? Do we stop at Nuneaton? I'm kind of tempted. Yes, let's stop at Nuneaton. We'll figure out how to deal with it if need be. And we'll stop at Tamworth. And then our final stop for now will be Rugeley, where we'll turn around, which they all do. But we'll turn around on the other side. That will be platform 2. There we go. We're going to do that because we are indeed going to be staying on the fast line. There's enough distance between stations. I'm kind of tempted not to use Tamworth, mainly because I don't know whether we can get over quick enough. I don't think we're going to use Lichfield, although that's also tempting. It is going to be a shorter car set. It's not going to be the full set because they want it to accelerate quickly, which does suggest they are going to have plenty of stops on the way to Liverpool. But with the 225, which makes That's interesting. It makes me want to stop here, though. But I don't think this is going to be nearly long enough. I think this is 200. 200, yeah. But we don't have any crossovers, do we, either side? It does mean we're going to be kind of sat on the slow lines, as it were, sharing it with these. But only briefly. We don't want... No. You know what? We'll skip Tamworth for now. Yeah, no. Keep Tamworth. I know that's Lichfield, but we'll keep Tamworth as well. I think Tamworth is quite long. I think it's still 200 though. Yeah, it's still 200. Any crossovers though that we're going to get in the way of? No, absolutely not. Okay. So after Rugeley we'll go back to Tamworth. I don't know why we're stopping at Tamworth instead of Lichfield, but we are. It's kind of a bit awkward, isn't it? You sort of want to stop at both, but that'll do for now. And then we'll stop back at Nuneaton and finally Rugby. That'll be it, right? And then we'll back to... No, Milton Keynes. We need to stop at Milton Keynes. There we go. Now we've got to sort out a little bit of shenanigans to make sure we're not pulling over there with a 225. That's absolutely sure. That would be awful. We are going to part from B2. You can't get over there, can you? That's interesting. Do we have an issue there? You have a crossover right there, don't you? Or is this one way? It can't be one way. What's up with you? No, you're not one way. That's one way. Now, why can't you stop at... Are you trying to stop at somewhere silly here? I bet you... No, you're not. Oh, yeah, you might be. Right, we need to sort out Milton Keynes. You can't be P4. You're going to be one of the... I'm going to say P6 on the way out. There we go. You've sorted yourself out. I like that one on the way in. That sort of works for me. Brilliant. Right, then we're scooting through here at speed, which will be lovely. And you're sort of behaving up until this point, which is fine. So after Milton Keynes, let's pick us some waypoints. Not that one. Why? You just made it worse. Why would you do that? Right, that one's fine, but I'm gonna click it anyway and just make sure. It will be after Rugby. You want to make sure you're on this one and this one, which would be after Rugby. Kind of done that in an awkward way, haven't I? Awkward manner. Got them all confused. Let's go over to Rugby. What are you doing? What shenanigans do we have going on here? We don't want you stopping on the freight line, as amusing as that would be. So we'd like you on 2. And I'm happy with you stopping there. That is absolutely fine. Perhaps you're kind of doing that bit wrong, though. I would like you to cross over if possible. Do we have a signal? Yeah, we do, don't we? Just there. We do have a signal, so you can go by that. So after Rugby, you actually want to go there first, and then you're going on the fast lane. Brilliant. We got it straight in and out. Done. Now, let's see how you're handling this. Is there a need for you to cross over like that? I don't think there is there? So that would be after Nuneaton. Would you go via that? Please. What's up? Train 58. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to pause this a second. We'll fix that in a second. If you haven't noticed, I've built a football stadium. Yeah. Molyneux is there. Sort of. It's had a bit of an upgrade. Perhaps. Debatable. Subjective, shall we call it. And I've also reworked the roads because you'll see some bus stops. That's what we're going to be doing shortly. We're going to try and flesh out the station and get the little Sims using it. Anyhow, we'll have to come back to that. That's because the train is longer than the platform and we've got a temporary crossover. Where will we go in? We're heading down here. So far you're doing okay. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, you can do all that. I would like you not to really cross over there. Is it because you're going into... Yeah, you're going into that platform. Although, are these two sort of through platforms? It would sort of make sense to have them get out the way of the through trains, wouldn't it? I don't know whether anything stops on these two. Executive decision time. What we're going to do? Leave them as is. We would have to get on the slow line, although we could do it up there. So after rugby, you could go on this one. No, I've messed something up here. Have I just clicked on exactly the... I think I've just clicked on the same one. You want to go on there. There you go. And then branch off. Just in case we can have some freight pull into here. And they could maybe hurtle past them. Doesn't quite work like that. So does that mean we want to cross over for rugby? Yes, maybe. Not rugby. This is not rugby. Nuneaton. I might have said rugby a few times when I meant Nuneaton. But anyway. Let's have you cross over. But let's have you cross over at the last minute as opposed to immediately. Hopefully we can do that. We've still got to LEDify these signals, don't we? So that would be after Tamworth? Yes. After Tamworth, I want you to go via there. Then branch out. That's correct if you're going to be using that. Then you switch on to the fast line there. Brilliant. So that's that. We're staying on the fast line. Continue on the fast line. Then we do some weird shenanigans just here. Not sure what that's all about. That's Tamworth. So, I mean, that's all about you can do for stopping wise, except this bit. That's a bit silly. I would like you... Is that after Tamworth? Yes, it is. Stop. No, I don't want you to stop there. That would be a little inefficient. Or a lot inefficient, I should say. Okay, we want you to stay on the fast line after that, if possible. Is there a way out? Do you know, I'm not sure there is. I think we might as well stop at Lichfield as well. Because we've got to pass through. Okay, so after Tamworth, stop at Lichfield. After Rugeley, stop at Lichfield. There we go. Yes, since we have to go that way anyway. So on this section, we're on the slow line. Interesting for a 225, but it's not for very long. And that would kind of make sense if that's what it's doing. Right then. There's a ginormous mess. Let's get a train on, shall we? We should be able to get him out of here. Yes, because he'll run into there. It is time, guys. We're going to have to pause it, though. Actually, because I want to play it, should we quickly fix this? And then we'll head back over here with this being fixed. Because the more I play this with broken trains, the worse situations are going to get. So what we need to do is just delete this signal for now. Delete that crossover. Bring it a little further out. Definitely not with ballast. We could go with 30 mile an hour crossover though. That'll be fine. Catenary, definitely. And then we can put a wrong signal, one-way signal just there. Hit play. That should sort that train out. We might have to flip him manually. We'll see. I hear the doors. Are you going to flip round? Half of you's missing. There he goes. There he goes. We might have lost some sound. Definitely. Let's buy a train. We're finally going to get to do it. That took a lot of work, didn't it? Goodness me. And I thought playing the game would be easy. You're wrong. Set line all. You are going to be the London Euston Liverpool Lime Street. You are on. They're loaded up. This one luckily does have sound. And a horn. Oh, let's not watch it. We don't need to watch it be built out of the depot as it puts its bogies on. What we'll do is we'll sit at the platform. It's a lot longer than this platform. So I don't know whether we'll actually be stopping at Rugeley. Not entirely sure. And we want to sit that side, don't we? Because otherwise we're going to get an obscured view by a 313. It's looking good. Hey, I like the looks of a 313 in BR Blue and then Intercity Swallow on the 225. I can hear the clicking. That's brilliant. Right, so you're stopping there. What sort of length are we looking at? Absolutely monstrous. Because you're not going to stop here. Not in real life. We might have an issue with that. We might have to throw it over there because we're going to have that same problem with the crossovers and we won't have any way to get back. So what we might have to do is bring him over and let him reverse out. Yes. Let's fix that now. because that will be an issue. What will happen is his back end's going to be down here a mile. And so, where's Rugeley? Rugeley, you're going to have to be P1. That should work, because what he'll do, his back end should only come to about here. This is also a longer platform this side by quite a way. So we're going to be skipping when we do the fall up to Stafford. There we go. You found your way onto the slow line. That's nice. And then what's that? Is that the sleeper, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, we'll deal with it. Oh no, this will be the perfect time. This will be the perfect time, you silly man. He's about to come in. Let's get them some new coaches on that Caledonian Sleeper. We'll have like fancy new trains. What this episode is, isn't it? Fancy new trains. Right, we're going to have to get rid of the lot. I'm going to mix and match the coaches a bit. I feel like that's how they build the consist for the Caledonian Sleeper at some points. Right, wagons. We want passenger only, please. What I want to do is I definitely want the I want the BR Blues on, but I want some first class on there. Where have they gone? We had first class. There we are. We're going to put a couple of first class on. We're going to put the BR Blues back on. How many we got? I can't remember how long it was, guys. Vehicles. 8 car plus a BSO, which we don't have anymore. So that's 9 car, which is the same as the 225, but the Mark IIs are a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm going to put on there, ridiculous as this sound, don't replace now, as ridiculous as this sound, is a couple of ScotRail to go with the ScotRail coach we have on the loco, not coach, diesel, on the back end. Where is our ScotRail? I believe it's ScotRail. Yes, it is. So it kind of works. It's like it collided, a British rail train collided with a ScotRail train and formed the Caledonian Sleeper. Fairly sure that's not how it happens. There we go. Look, it's 11 car total, including the 2 locos, and it's less than 200 meters. Oh, this one has issues too, doesn't it? Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? As long as it clears this. Well, we might have been able to get away with it. That feels like it's shorter. Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I missed one. Never mind. Well, you're slightly shorter. You'll have a bit more acceleration. Maybe we would have got away with it with the 225. I kind of like it stopping over here now, though. Right, where are you? You've gone. You're off. We take a look at the 225 in all its glory. There she goes. Now, I had a little word with, or he had a word with me, CW315, and he's got a new mesh for it already. It's improved quite a bit, and that is due out at some point. It might not be here until Transport Fever 2, but at the very least, this one's lovely. I like it. I'm surprised how high. Oh no, they're not high. Look at that. They are about the right height. The doors do open. Hey, I like that. And what sort of length? Oh, yeah, we've got that weird platformy thing going on. No, you're not getting on the back one, but that's it. If it had pulled up more like a HST... Let's pause it quickly. More like a... Yes, you see now, both locos could hang over the edge of the platform, technically, and it would fit a full unit on, but that's not what we need. There we go. We'll watch it drive away there. Oh, I do like it. I do like that a lot. And then you've got the Caledonian Sleeper. Look at it go. Look at it go. It's going to pick up speed a little better now. It's lost a carriage, hasn't it? And it's a brake car, so it doesn't stop anymore. There we go. Look at that. We've got class 40, dual-headed class 47s overtaking a 225. I would like to see the shorter version of the 225 though. I just don't know what it would be. Maybe 7 car rather than 7 carriages, passenger carriages, minus the buffet car and possibly a first class, most of the first class. So that would be less than that. They could add a standard class on there, couldn't they? Yeah, because it's a stopping hourly service that is going to stop at... I would say I've got it almost right. I love this now. That picks up some nice speed. What are you doing? What speed are you doing? 95 miles an hour almost. Beautiful. You're off to Bletchley. This one is the stopping service. There we go. Look, everybody excited to get on the new 225. I bet no one gets on because it's a new one. And there we go. Away she goes. Beautiful train. It's amazing. I really hope that they're easy to transfer across the Transport Fever 2. It has been mentioned that they have considered that. The developers, of course. Oh, there's the posh seats. I don't get to go in those. Well, that's a lie. I have been in them a few times and they're lovely on some trains. Right, and you're onto the fast line now and you can pick up some speed. I'll leave that to start doing its tour. I'll check back on it and see if it's... might actually put another one on there. See if it picks up enough passengers. I'm like, what's the date? I don't know because you've hidden the UI. Anywho, back to Wolverhampton. This line should be fixed. Look at that. We've got people already getting on at Albrighton and Codsall. Wait, there are people waiting now? Oh, do you know what will happen? Yes, it's busier. It's still a bit quiet for Wolverhampton. But I'm just going to say these might be changing trains. They might get off this one and get onto the Holyhead train. Details. You're travelling to work. None. You're travelling to work. None. Well, I'm sure maybe she's going for a job interview. There you go, Jessica. Good luck. I hope you get it. I don't know where it is, though. I'm sure it'll be a mystery tour for you. She lives in Bilston. Where's Bilston? Is that a suburb? Bilston. I'm sure some of you know where Bilston is. We've got a bit of a road issue going on here. Don't know how the game's going to handle that, so I'd like to just not do that for now. Ooh, what are you building there? That's not a thing. Don't do that. Oh, tick the box. It's very adventurous. I'll give you that. Well, that's not a thing. Bilston. Okay, you live there, so you're probably going to catch the tram. Right. Which tram are you getting off to get up to there? How does she even get here? Wait, I am confused how you even manage that. Doesn't use it to get home. She does use it to get to work, so she's getting there from somewhere. And there's no buses yet. Well, we're about to make her day, aren't we? We're about to make her day. Is she left yet? Oh, she's still there. Jessica Taylor. You're famous. Sort of. Right then. Let's do some buses. What I would like to do is just see if we can encourage these towns to grow a little bit, or the suburbs of Wolverhampton. Possibly get them into here. You've built over my lovelies. You've built over my lovelies. I put bushes in and everything. Oh. I didn't put bushes in, but I'm just going to say I didn't think that was enough room to build a building. But what you've managed to do there is squeeze in some nice little buildings. Do you know, I don't know whether to let them do that. I kind of wanted a bit of a front here. Should we get on with the building? No, you're not allowed. Should we see if we can stop them from building there? You're not allowed to ruin my lovelies. We're going to have to delete all my fancy grass and trees. We obviously can't have a bowed out car park, which is what's out in front of Molyneux, or behind front. Which is that? The front or the rear? I don't know. Let's use the bulldozer tool and undo what I did, and then we'll try and fix that. Bulldozer tool, where was that going to be? Question mark, possibly. Bulldozer can be used to level an area. No, we want wrecking ball. That's what we want. We want to plan, bulldoze the lot, please. Hopefully it doesn't get rid of the stuff on the parking area. Bulldoze. There we go. Lovely. Now we've got to smooth out my mess. Well, their mess. They did it. And what we'll do then, since we can't make the parking area bow, we'll hopefully make it bow like this by going at roughly a similar angle from both of these. If we can, there we go. Keep it flat. That should give us a bow. Oh, it's almost perfect. Look at you go. So it's beautiful. Now, let's use our fence tool. One thing you have to be aware of is the distance before they're willing to accept that you're blocking them. And for these parking lot roads, it's a lot closer. You're going to have to, like, snug right up to it. Yep. Snug right up to it. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Are you all looking forward to it? To the 11th of December. I know I am. Was that a little over? Or around 5 weeks? Something like that. What are we going to do? We're going to play all the things, aren't we? Let's do stockade. A bit of a wooden fence along the edge of the parking area here. All the way up to there. And we'll create that. And then, to block them building on there, I mean, technically we don't need to block them. But we might as well, right? Do you like what I've done with the stadium? It's alright. It's not bad, is it? I put some fences here. I made this. That's how you get in. I don't know what you do. Kind of just jump off there and hope for the best. Right then. And now we need, I'll say boxwoods. We'll try and prevent them from building on this little parky greenery area that's out front of the stadium. Whether it will work, I don't know. We'll give it a go, right? If they ignore me, they ignore me. Oh, I've gone a bit wonky there. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully that doesn't encourage them to build there. We just want them to go on this side. We're going to put a couple of bus stops out here. And that should encourage them. We'll do our like a bushy thing around here. And then we'll do the same as what I did before in the middle with the trees, where I selected some trees. We'll fix this, and if we line them up with the lampposts, that should work. I just don't want oaks. Yeah, that was going to happen. And I don't want these little pear trees or whatever they are. Yes, I want these. Oh, but you want to be drawing in sort of a straight line, sir. Maybe. Well, I mean, it doesn't need to be... I don't want ashes either. I think that was an ash or a birch. Oh, just put them in. Just put them in. You're going to have an entire episode. You kept away from the thingies all right, though, didn't you? The oaks. There we go. We'll put them in like that. We need one in the middle. Watch it be an oak. It's not. You proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. Well, we've put those in anyway. That's in. Let's put some grass down. And it'll be lovely. And then they'll wreck it. No doubt. Where's the grass? Down here. Right. None on this. And I like grass 6. We'll drop the density a little bit. Which will mean there should be more of it. We'll follow this around. And hopefully they abide by my rules that I made up. There we go. We've got some grass there. We'll do grass 5 as well. We'll do that a little closer. Just to mix it up a bit. Plant those as well. Beautiful. There we go. It's like a little grass front with some trees. And into Molyneux Stadium. Let's add some bus stops as well, because we're supposed to be playing the game. And what I've actually done is a bit of detailing and played with trains. That made me panic a touch. Right, so that's what you're doing so far. This is going to be our bus. We need to encompass this area as well, Tetton Hall. And I don't mind it going down back streets as it's a local service. But we're going to have it... Which side of the road do we need to be on? It's the opposite, isn't it? Yeah, so it'll be... That's the wrong side. It is the wrong side. I like to check. That's how I check. I could have just checked over here. You're on the wrong side. Doesn't matter. Maybe we'll have a clockwise and counterclockwise. Or anti-clockwise. Whichever you wish to say. I feel like having a little stop here and encouraging some growth on this road. And it's a bit of a ring roady type thing. You're not going to find it there. Is this the right side? That should be the right side. Goodness me. Okay. It's a temporary bus service. It doesn't exist, but it's going to link up the Midland Metro, the station, which surprisingly does this bus stop here. Did I show you I worked on this? Probably not. I got carried away. I've just filled out this bit so it's no longer quite so terrible and put that there. This needs to be all concrete. We're not going to fit that in. We'll get the bus up and running, and then next episode, what we'll do is while we're adding Cosworth, as I called it for eternity, Cosford over there, and the link to Telford and Wales and all that business, we'll take a look at how this progresses over the remainder of this map up until Transport Fever 2, but I'm still not sure whether I'll just knock it on the head. Probably not. We'll probably continue. Do you want to put a bus service in? That would be a good idea. Now that makes me panic a little bit. That's not how you do it though, is it? No, that's not how you do it. You best learn how to play again, because you're going to have to play the game for real soon. Right, I don't know what colour they are out here, so we're just going to have this blue. And this is going to be a Wolverhampton. Did I spell that right? Wolverhampton test service. That's what we'll call it, so that we don't leave it in. And there might be a service that does something similar to this. Who knows? We're going to start there at the Wolverhampton transfer. We're going to stop at King Street. Made up names, possibly. We could name these the actual ones. That would be kind of cool. We're then going to Chester Road. And, ooh, where do we want to go? I'd say we're going to go down here. Yes, that works. And we'll do a little turnaround at the triangle here. And then we'll stop outside Molyneux. We could even call that whatever road that is. And then you're going to stop here at High Street. And back again. There we go. That's snaky enough. I mean, it's half tempting to put an additional stop here. I've tried to level out the slopey slopes. It was a bit roller coastery. It looks a little better this time. What do you reckon, guys? Should we have a stop here? Maybe that'll encourage them to build up here. I don't want them to build there. Oh, no. Yeah, do that. Build there. Let's add another one just here. Like the stop before the terminus sort of thing. There's usually one of those, isn't there? You go there, Manchester Road. We've got a nice little circle going on. I kind of like that you go down here rather than the Wiggles. I added that road in so that it could not have to do the steep incline. All right, there we go. There we go. We're good. That's the temporary bus service. We don't have a depot over here. That would we do, but it's miles up that way that we could technically use. So what we'll do is we'll quickly throw in one just here, since it's all temporary. You get in there, and we'll add some buses. How many stops do we have? 8. So I'm going to say 8 buses. That'll do lovely. Buy some buses. Scroll down here. We only want passenger. We'll put on the Mercedes-Benz 0405. And we'll have you in whatever colour we chose. Mercedes-Benz 405 description. That's brilliant. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Set line all. You're going to be on the test service. Let's hit plate. Goodness me, look at the time. We've got towards the end of the towards the end of the episode. I was going to say series. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not the end of the series. We've got another 9 episodes after this, at the very least. And then we'll keep revisiting, because no doubt people are still going to be playing this version of Transport Fever. But I will have day 1 purchases going on. Absolutely. For Transport Fever 2. So our tram network, the Midlands, this is legit. The Midlands Metro now has a connection to quite a few places over here, Tetton Hall and whatnot. There should be far more many buses. Yes, there should be far more buses than there are now. I was going to say it again. And we also have a connection to Wolverhampton train station. Fortunately, what seems to have happened is the crossover we have of the trains that go up to Stafford and Stoke that way have started handing passengers over to the Arriva Trains Wales service we have, which goes to Codsall and Cosford and Albright. Well, it doesn't go to Cosford just yet, but it will. So this will be an interesting little experiment. Will it build out? Will they leave the front yard alone? Look at what they did. Look at what you did. You're ignoring it. I think I know what that is. I don't think there's enough room here, is there? That's entirely possible. Do you know there is a trick you can do, though? This is interesting. We're going back to the old school way of doing this, which is, I believe, this. And selecting T1 It is the curbstones. And we can just do something like that, and it might stop them abusing that section. We go like so. We'll have to redo the trees if we can, the bushes. I don't know whether you can. Well, yeah, we got there. We got there. There we go. It's got rid of some of the cool grass. Oh, well, that's a shame, and it's made it all bumpy. It's not very nice, is it, game? We've got a strange bare bit. Maybe they just came and mowed it a little bit. I don't know. We'll leave it like that in case they build there again. There's our buses. They sound wonderful as well. The Mercedes. Yep, holding up traffic like you should. You guys in the cars, get on the bus. That's the idea. Well, hopefully, I like these bus stops as well. We'll hopefully see some of our little Sims dump their cars in favour of our bus service now, because that's a big connection that Wolverhampton has to the rest of the map. And I am looking forward to seeing how that progresses. A little bit of fun, a little bit of game mechanics for you as well. We won't see anything yet, will we? It is June 23rd, 1988. Possibly let it run before we start the next episode. And just see how things go, because the Voyagers don't appear until 2000. I think the first one appears. There we go. Let's see how it does. How it does. We'll find out. It's the end of the month. They might recalculate some routes. There we go. We're in July 1st. Don't care about that. Will some of you start using our bus service? No, what you'll do is completely ignore everything I said. I might have put it too close, perhaps. Or not close enough. I don't know. You're being very cheeky. Don't do it. I wonder what's going on there. We're going to have to get the bulldozer and redo that. Do you know what? We'll leave it like that for now. I don't want to keep messing around. No. Bulldoze it. Pause it. Let's see if we can't fix that. It's a little unfortunate, isn't it? I won't put all the pretties in though, because it's obvious they're ignoring me for some reason. Oh, I'm worried that it's broken. I thought you had to be closer on this one. Maybe that's not close enough. Let's try. We'll try one way or the other, won't we? What do you need? Bulldozer is in the question mark. Of course it is. And wrecking ball. Let's get rid of all this and we'll have another go. Rather than detailing it up. Hope that doesn't get rid of the bus stop. Rather than detailing that up, we'll just put the fencing in and make sure it stops. It stops doing what it's doing. We still have the thingies here. Oh no, I deleted them. Right, let's figure this out together. If it doesn't work, then I'll go away before the next episode, figure out what does work, and then show you. That's probably the best bet. Let's give this another go. Stockade, plan. So maybe we go a little bit further out and we'll try it like that. Up to there. Create that. Then we'll go with the boxwoods. I'm just making sure. Yeah, collision is on. That's what you need. I don't think the sides will work because it's a junction and it might ignore what I'm doing. However, the ones that are straight round should work. This should work. It looked like this side was working. It looks like that side wasn't working. I don't know whether that's something to do with the road. I don't know. We'll see. We could even double up with bushes. Right? That would be an option. That would be an option. We'll see what happens. Will the AI be cheeky towards the end of the series? Not the end of the series. Before Transport Fever 2 comes out, it's like, don't go. I'll be a pain until the launch. I don't know why it would do that. You would think it'd behave to keep me. No, it's going to be playing silly sausages, isn't it? Are we going to get people appearing at our bus stops? Not if you hide the UI, you'll never find out. Not yet. It's a bit early. Well, there we go. There is one person aboard the Wolverhampton test service. Who knows? That might be a thing, right? Test services where they run buses. It would kind of be a logistical nightmare, though, to do that. Where do you think he's going? Are you going to get... He got off? Did you get off? Is that the right bus? I should not have clicked off it. I can't see anybody getting off that one. You're on this one, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're in there somewhere. Can we see him? There he is. He's at the back. Luckily, it was a guy. Okay. You got off there, did you? Okay. Well, now I'm intrigued, sir. Where are you going? You are getting off there to go to the station. Are you really? It does reach, doesn't it? It does absolutely reach. Well, that kind of might work, because when they're getting off of the train, they'll go to the terminus, because this is going that way. Some of them might get down there. It might filter them out. Okay. Well, that's an interesting choice. I'm sure that's shorter distance, but you do you. Maybe you're keeping fit. I'm not here to judge. So, what are you doing? You live in Tetton Hall, which it will explain why he's just got on the bus. He must be delighted. He likes cheap travel, which means he's not bothered about the duration of just the cost. He shops in Etting's Hall. Etting's Hall. Where on earth? Well, we could click on it, couldn't we? Over here. So, right. Yes, so that's only a little bit of a journey. And with lines, and you are indeed going shopping, aren't you? Yeah, so what he's doing is he's just catching the train down to Etting's Hall to do a little bit of shopping. And you work in Wolverhampton by foot. That's a walk, sir. That's a decent walk. You're going to walk along here? Probably, aren't you? You're going to walk along the motorway. Look at them all. No care in the world. They're going to vanish into the brickwork there. Alright, end it. Okay, that has been episode 107. 9 more episodes to go. And Transport Fever 2 will be on a lot of your PCs. And mine. Definitely mine. We'll be buying that. We're going to sit at Wolverhampton and hopefully it will get a little busier and we won't have any issues. And then we'll check on the cheeky AI and them ruining my Molyneux front thing that I'm doing. We should really look towards the station, shouldn't we? Is that still Jessica? Jessica's got issues. We might have to check on Jessica as well. Oh dear. What's happened to her? She's going to be there forever. Oh, bless her heart. And on that note, hope you're all excited. I am. We've still got some episodes to go. We've got a bit to check on, and then we'll put Cosford Station in and keep an eye on all the things, and we'll take another look at the 225 as well and see how that's doing passenger wise. I'm sure people are going to enjoy riding it. And until then, take care.